Hey, what's up, guys? It's me again, and welcome back to my channel, Mayta. What Ifs. Today, I am back with a new story. The name of the story is "What If Naruto's Family Abandoned and Neglected Him, and Later on Regretted It." And yeah, guys, it is an unscripted story and my own idea. Now, before continuing this, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel, and follow me on my Apologia channel as well. But before continuing this, I am sorry because I was making a story. This was supposed to go live yesterday, but I, in the midst of it, got sick so much to the point that I had to stop. And, I ended up, if you're not eating anything, then I'm perfectly fine with telling you. I ended up vomiting afterwards. It was bad because it is getting hot here, and I was drinking water less, as usual, you know, on my routine from winter. Since the weather is changing drastically here, so I was not, keeping up my intake that much that was required, and yeah, it was quite bad. Now I'm still recovering because it's just like what a few hours later, but I'm gotten better. Anyways, sorry for not uploading, but yeah, you know what? This gave me an idea, a few minor changes that I needed to do with the story, so I'm remaking it again. So I hope you like this one. If you do, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel, and follow me on my Apologia channel as well. And if you have any more recommendations, suggestions, or ideas, which I swear I'm from tomorrow onwards gonna make, leave them in the comment section. And without any further ado, let's begin with our today's story. Our story begins in Konoha Gakure no Sato, 16 years after the Kyubi attack. As now we go towards the Hokage office, where we see the fourth Hokage, Minato Namikaze, was seated with a grim expression on his face, as a toad has just arrived. And this was not just any toad, it was the toad of his sensei that has returned with two grave messages. One of them, that Jiraiya has fallen into the battle. The other one, they did not anticipate it. Jiraiya has come to a conclusion. Naruto is the child of prophecy. As currently standing in front of him, hearing these words were Hiruzen Sarutobi, his wife Kushina Uzumaki, and their children, Menma and Mito Namikaze Uzumaki, who were shocked and had their eyes wide. What? What do you mean that he is the child of prophecy? He's dead, isn't he? No. Jiraiya boy has found out quite a lot of things. I brought his journal. He has said that you must check the entry number 287 on this newest journal. As Minato gulped and then opened it, and within it, it was written, entry number 278. As Jiraiya began, the new village that has emerged as a sunrise village. It's completely filled with civilians, but they have one thing what we lack: intelligent minds. And somehow, they have developed extreme technology. So much so that even the snow country's technology looks like ancient in front of it. And I have been investigating just to see who the mastermind behind this village is. Because I have found out that this village is without the influence of any daimyo, making it self-sufficient, which has never been heard or seen before with a new emerging village, because every new village needs to rely on someone, like the daimyo, but this one isn't. As after a few entries it was mentioned again, I have just found out the most shocking news. It is Naruto himself, the abandoned son of my student that I forced him to leave behind. It baffled me. As after that, Minato stopped. How did Naruto? That is not all. There are a few other entries you must need. After continuing onwards with Jiraiya's usual entries, a few entries piqued his interest. Entry number 290. It all makes sense now. I have been wrong. I have made a grave mistake. The prophecy never stated about anything regarding the power of a Biju or anything. It was knowledge. And Naruto has that. With his knowledge and skills, he has built a nation of his own, the Sunrise Village. That is strong and a power in its own right, rivaling the other ones. Naruto is the child of prophecy. He is the key. I don't understand one thing, said Menma, slamming his hands on the table. How can he be the child of prophecy when it stated in the prophecy that he would be quite strong? And Naruto's chakra coils, when he was born, you told us that they were broken. Is there a way for them to get fixed? Not not for Naruto, because his were broken quite badly, said Kushina, as Hiruzen also nodded. So the new Sunrise Village that has been quite in rumors is founded by your son, said Hiruzen, quite intrigued and interested because Naruto had all the tech in the world that one could desire. As Minato gulped, Sensei made a grave mistake, and so did we. How are we gonna make up to this? The war has been announced by the Akatsuki. This is bad. We all won't be able to survive. Everyone is in danger. Not only Konoha, but the rest of the Elemental Nation as well. We messed up big time. As Kushina was also looking down. Until Hiruzen then said, but the Sunrise Village also exists amongst us. Don't you think that it will also be in danger? Yes, you're right. But would he talk to us? One way to find out, we have to send a delegation. Naruto didn't have any friends, said Menma, and Mito nodded. Yeah. He was a quiet kid, and we never, well, we were kids, and we might have bullied him somewhat, making him isolated. So he has no bond whatsoever with this village. None, said Menma, looking down. He has us, said Kushina. I'm sorry, what? Said Minato. He has us, Minato. We are still his parents. He can't ignore us just like that. Well, it's worth a shot, I guess, said Minato. No, you're an idiot, said Mito. I'm not doing this. You don't understand what we have done. We have bullied him, and you have ignored him. We threw him aside like he was nothing but a disgrace. Useless person. And you want him to listen to your plea? Why? Why would he need to listen? He will. What makes you so sure? Because we are his parents and his blood relatives, the only people he could call close to a family. And so now we see a letter by Minato was sent to the Sunrise Village, which was at the west side of Konoha. As soon as the letter arrived, Naruto, who was seated inside his, Kage office, was handed that letter over. For you wish for me to destroy it, said Gaara, his assistant as well as general. No, Gaara, no need. As now we see, Gaara then sighed. Why are you still listening to them, humoring them even? We abandoned our villages, our families, because they abandoned us. We founded this village because it gave us a new hope, a new sunrise. I know, Gaara. I know. What about the others? What do they think? So you're aware that they might already know. Of course I do. You might have as well told them. Obviously Fu and some of the others are not happy. Some of the Bijus as well. This is a safe haven for us, and those who have been rejected and harmed by the shinobis, preyed upon by shinobis. They're not tainted with their presence. As much as I agree with you, Gaara, a war is on the horizon. I must do what I can to protect our village. We have enough resources, enough backup to protect our village. The Akatsuki is not aware that we are present here. In their eyes, we have died, and so with us have the Bijus. And in the eyes of our own village, we have escaped and died. I know, Gaara, but seemingly looks like someone has infiltrated and found out about me. What? Who? It was Uriah. I saw a few toads near, the Hokage Tower. It wasn't good. Not good at all. But seemingly he stopped. He has been keeping an eye on us, but now there are no toads. You can't see them, right? No. There have been toads, a few of them, for a few months here. Why did I not notice? It's the Ra we're speaking of. He's a spy master. Do not let him get to your head. Something must have happened to him. But still, why tolerate Konoha? I have to. Because my identity got out. As now we see, cut to a week later, we see that the delegation has arrived. It was Minato, Kushina, Hiruzen, as well as Danzo. As soon as they entered, they saw that Naruto was seated inside an office that was completely painted white, and the village infrastructure was so much advanced. There were paved roads instead of the dirt ones back in Konoha, and there was self-sufficient economy. They did not need it to go outside to purchase any resources. They were all developing there. Why? All thanks to Naruto as well as the others who have come together and made this utopia for themselves. Those who were not wanted by any have created a home for themselves here. A home that was like a paradise for the others. As they arrived inside his office, please be seated, Hokage-sama. Do tell what can I do for you. I'm proud of you, son. How far you have come, said Minato. If you're here for the pleasantries, I'm afraid that I'm not free at the moment. You see, there's a lot of work to do, and I would really appreciate if we keep this on a professional tone. Hokage-sama. Yes. You can call me Naruto. Naruto. How have you? I asked you to please be professional, Kushina-san. As Kushina looked down. Do tell, why are you here? I have heard quite a lot of rumors that have been going around, though. That there is a war announced by a rogue group known as the Akatsuki on the rest of the Elemental Nation. And your village also falls under it, said Danzo. Of course it does. But we have our own defenses, which we are quite proud as well as hopeful that they will be able to defend us. But what if they don't? Well, if they don't, then we die. You're okay about that? You are all shinobis. You are your own defense. You fight in wars with mere blades, jutsus, and chakra, and sheer amount of luck. You survive because you're lucky. You die, you're a martyr. Or you get captured, you're a tortured victim. That is how your life turned out to be, in all cases. So what better is it from the defense that we have here? As now they were all shocked and quiet because Naruto, he has just said something that they have never thought about in their whole life. He has just summed up their whole career as well as history and legacy of shinobis and konoichis into 3 mere lines. Either they're considered heroes and survivors, or martyrs and dead, or tortured and victim souls. As Hiruzen then said, even if that is true, Naruto, your village still will be targeted. What they are planning is quite big. Through Jiraiya's journal before he died, I was able to find out quite a lot of clues that led me to find out that they are trying to revive some sort of Biju. A Biju? What Biju? The Ten Tails. You think that there is such a thing as 10 tails? And I would believe you. You have to. Because all the 9 Bijus turns out are made by the sage from its essence. He is the real Biju. The only one. Named Shinju. And how are they gonna revive it exactly? The Bijus, yes, are dead. They have found another way. Keeping it vague for the time being. Until to the point that, well, the Bijus reincarnate. But even in its weakened state, we cannot take any chances because it is, after all, stronger than anything will ever face. And what do you want from me? As you can see, we are a civilian village. and we only rely on ourselves. We want your tech. We want your help. I am afraid I can't. As this shocked everyone. You what? As I said, I'm afraid I can't. The tech that my people developed is hold and held sacred to them, as well as it is something akin to their own child, their creation that they do not wish to share aside from their own village prosperousness. So who am I to deny them that? I'm afraid, but I will not be able to help you. Fine, said Donzo. Do not help us then. But know this, that if your village is targeted, Konoha and the others will not support your village. And you will all be destroyed. We'll see in the end who gets destroyed and who does not, Danzo-sama. Please kindly do leave, if you have nothing else to say. As Naruto dismissed them, but before they could left, we see that Minato and Kushina state, we need to talk. Not to the Hokage. And not to the Kage of Sunrise Village. But as a father and son. Father and son? After all these years, now you remember that you're my father. Pathetic. It's not pathetic, Naruto. It's me amending for my mistakes. Amending for your mistakes or finding out that I am the child of prophecy and not your children that you also raised with praise, love, and adoration while you ignored me, abandoned me. You even left me behind in that home alone and went on a training trip with your sensei. I begged, I wept, I cried at your feet to please just take me along with you. I would be there helping you out. I didn't want to be left alone, but you did not listen. You never did, because it never mattered to you. You did, son, said Kushina. Please, do not give me that bullshit. You never did. And let's be honest here. I'm quite grateful that you never did. Wanna know why? Because I am the man today because of your negligence, your abandonment. What man? A man made out of issues? Who isn't? I mean, you have an issue now, and you are trying to amend it, don't you? You as well. Everyone has issues. It's just how we deal with them. I turned my issues, my anger, my rage into something fruitful, and now standing in front of you is my dream. A home, a haven that I can call my own, and a lot of people like me can call theirs. What have you done? Konoha still stands on its 2 feet at the same place where it began, while I and my village went from crawling like a toddler all the way to the point that we're running in a marathon and lapping Konoha one after the other. As Minato and Kushina then said, Naruto, you weren't like this. I was not. I was a naive child, yes, but I have changed. And as I said, I am not the same person that you can trick, you can manipulate, and control. I'm one step ahead of you. But unlike you, being power hungry and playing dirty tricks and manipulation games and mind games, I'm gonna be completely honest here and say this once and for all. Stay the fuck away from me and my life. Like you have done for the past 16 years. As Kushina began to cry, as Minato looked down, both realizing that they had failed their son and there was nothing in this world they could do to mend that bridge that they had burned. As Naruto closed his eyes and sighed, taking in a deep breath, leave. And so both of them did, as Naruto slumped down on his chair, sighing heavily. You sure that was the right decision? Said Fu as she arrived. What do you mean, Fu? I mean, they came for you. Not many of us can, say that. I know that Gaara says that, well, we all abandoned and so should you, but know this, that he worries about you. And they seem genuine. Do not get tricked by them. They can never be so genuine. Konoha has a habit of lying to your face, showing you tears and whatnot, just to make sure that you do what they ask you to do. And when the time is right, they would just stomp over you and walk away, throwing you away like you're a used wrapper or something. Look at it, my siblings, who were once a prodigious child, pompous children of Konoha, regarded as the walking gods in human skin. They have been thrown aside. I'm not happy for them, neither am I sad, but it's quite funny that how the time has changed. I I know you told me quite a lot that they were not nice. Nice doesn't even come close. I always had self-doubt. I was made sure that I was laughed at everywhere. Everywhere. Didn't have a single friend. Why? Because I was the black sheep of family. And now that the black sheep is prospering while the white are maimed, they want me back. I don't want to do anything with them or with Konoha. They have neglected me, they have abandoned me, and left me to my own devices. Using those devices, I created a haven for myself. The Sunrise Village. A village that is so advanced that it makes Konoha existing just look like pure agony. But the attack Naruto. The Akatsuki, what are we gonna do with them? It's time to launch Operation Delta. Contact Killer Bee. Are you sure? No point hiding now. Contact it. As now we see, back in Amegakure, the preparations were being made. The war was on the horizon. Madara Uchiha has declared the war, or the person claiming to be that Madara has declared the war on the elemental nations, and has given them the time of a month or so to prepare. In the meanwhile, the Ten Tails was being revived through another mean, and Zetsu and Madara stood on one side. Everything is in order, Toby. I know. And soon enough, the whole world will be under the Moon Eye plan. And then a new era will begin. As suddenly, one by one, the Akatsuki members begin to disappear. As only a few days went by, Kakazu, Hidan, Sasori, and Deidara went missing. And then was Kisame. And then Orochimaru. And finally, when Konan went missing, Nagato got freaked out. And even talked to the other two, Zetsu as well as Toby. Toby, do you think that something has happened to them? Konan has never left without telling me. She must have gone on a recon mission. After all, we are about to begin, and a lot of preparations are to be made. She's never done this before. She's not a child, and neither are you, Pain. You are the leader of this organization, so act like one. Soon the war will begin. I need you in the right mind of state. I will be. You do not need to worry about that. As now we see, after that, suddenly he too disappeared. And then both of them began to notice. All of them have gone. This is not normal. And at that moment, the Black Ops unit of the Sunrise Village appeared, wearing complete black attire. It was the Jinchurikis. And they were wielding new weapons. Gone were the kunai shurikens, they were wielding now metal, tubular objects. As they pointed them, as a green dot was visible in the middle of the forehead, and suddenly a huge bang was heard. And then there was a gaping hole. Zetsu tried to escape, but before he could, those banging sounds multiplied into millions per round from the heard sound of it. As out came, wearing tactical gear, B as well as other. These chakra rifles are amazing. Naruto is a genius. This would change the shinobi world if it falls into the hands of everyone. B-sama, said Yujito. You do know we can't, right? Yeah, I get it. But I'm gonna miss this baby. As Naruto seated inside his Hokage office and said, Alright team, have you made the clean sweep? Yes. Moving onward, said Gaara, leading the team, as he made signals and went full Call of Duty ghost mode into the whole hideout, scanning for anything that he could find. And he did. A lot of things. Zetsu army. He literally chucked in a lot of chakra grenades, exploding the whole damn thing and making sure to locate the ten-tail husk. It was glowing, and the rings that were placed in front of it, keeping it charged and filled with chakra, was taken away, as there was a humming sound coming from it. As that is when Shikaku said, "Kid, get away from that thing. It's freaking me out." Yeah, that makes the two of us. As after that we see the Black Ops team returned with their leader Gara and everyone other. So I guess that the Akatsuki have been taken care of. Yes, the threat has been wiped out. But why did you call the big guns, kid? I mean, you could have taken them out using the other squads or even our automated systems. I could never be too sure. And I had to make sure that they wouldn't cause any trouble. Good thing we nipped the bud before it sprouted into a tree of problems. That is correct, Saduristo. So what now? For the time being, we settle back, let the other sort and hash things out, and prosper. As everyone agreed to that, and so the black units dismounted, and Gara returned back to his normal life alongside with Naruto. As the preparations, all of it was wasted, because on the day of the war, the whole day they waited. The next day they waited, and then another. The whole week passed and no one ever showed up. They realized that they just might have gotten pranked, and Konoha and everyone else was now relieved, and straight went back to their original ways of hating one another. And now the fourth war was on the horizon again within a few months, but this time against Konoha and the other nations. As once more Konoha arrived, groveling at the feet of the Sunrise Village, and Naruto was again giving them a chance of meeting. Why? Because he was having the time of his life, humiliating them again. "Please, we need your help, Naruto," said this time Menma and Mito. "Why? I mean, you were pretty much strong and had your whole friends group and whatnot. Can't they take care of it now?" "Naruto, we're not kids anymore." "Well, I was. You took everything away from me, and I'm taking everything away from you. Go and be the child of prophecy that you all were promised to be." "You know that it is you. Then why?" "Shinobi problems are not mine. This is a civilian village. I am a civilian leader. I don't abide by shinobi laws, and I don't have to listen to you. So please, leave. My answer is no." And so the war was fought. Konoha barely survived again. But it was so much destroyed that all they could recover was, well, being a normal village. The land of fire was wiped out. The fourth Christian Weaver was so bad that it gave an eye-opening to everyone. The egotistical leaders were executed, but those few who were saved and were able to survive then vowed, while making sure that their village prospered once more, that they would never, ever go into mindless wars. All the while Naruto, sitting inside his Sunrise Village, was just chilling and enjoying his life. As this is where I'm going to be leaving the story of, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one, and if you did, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel. I know it's quite ahead into the future as well as quite short, but the thing is, as I said, one, I'm recovering, and two, I had this idea. It's quite quirky one, but I thought, you know what, maybe I should go ahead and do it anyways. So do let me know in the comments what you guys think about it, and if you have, as I said, any suggestions, ideas, or recommendations, you can leave them in the comment section. As this is it for the day, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.